Hey there, hi there, and hello, my fellow entrepreneurs from around the world. I hope this video finds you safe and well. Today I am talking to you about how I batch record my content, okay, my video content for my business. If you're a business owner and you are struggling to get content out into the world on a regular basis and you want to be able to do things in a batch, even if it's not necessarily video itself, but I will be talking about that process. But even if you want to batch create blog posts, you will get a lot out of this video, all right? So let me paint the picture of what it is I'm doing in my business in terms of content creation. We're going to go high level and then get more detailed, all right? The high level, what I'm doing at the moment, my content, what I'm creating is I have a video that goes out every week. It's pre-recorded, okay? I also have a written post that goes out. Sometimes it's on the same topic as the video, other times not. And I also have a Facebook Live that happens at the end of the week, which is usually on the same topic as the video. So I'm not having to come up with that many new topics. It's just coming at things from a slightly different perspective. And that's what I'm doing. With my pre-recorded videos, I record them every 4 weeks. I record 6 videos. So that way I'm hoping by the end of the year, when it comes to Christmas time, I might be able to get some time off over that time. If nothing else, it gives me a bit of extra breathing room in case something happens, a bit like my current batch where I had to put off my recording time in order to meet client deadlines, things like that. And I need that breathing room. So that's why I try and keep it locked into the last week of the month, so I always know, and I try not to book anything else at that time. I sit down, I manually have to put in my time to block it out so that I know that is when I will be planning content, recording content, and then writing posts to go with content. Before I then hand things to a video editor, and I have a virtual assistant who helps with the publishing and uploading and all of that stuff. The stuff that I struggled to actually get done, because I have no problem sitting down and creating videos like this, but I did have massive problem just actually getting it all uploaded and that kind of stuff. Like I do that stuff for clients. When it comes to my own stuff, it's just, it's like watching paint dry and just doesn't quite work for me. So having somebody to help me with that has meant that I'm able to actually be more consistent with my content, and it has meant the world to my business, right? It's been amazing. I've really enjoyed this process now that I have these things in place. That's part of what I help people do in my business, is I help them create a way of attracting clients to them and finding ways that work for their personality and their lifestyle. That is part of it. I don't tell everybody to do that. Some people love that part of the process, other people not so much. Let's look at my content creation process. I want to say in between times, in between the planning recording situation of that week, I have an ideas log that sits in Evernote. Evernote I can access with my phone, any of my computers. It's very easy. And anytime I have an idea for a piece of content, I just go and quickly just type it in. Then it's done, and I can come back to that during my planning time. Okay, I don't have to think about it again. The other thing I do is when I'm in groups and I see people asking interesting questions or things I'd like to answer in a future video, I take a screenshot and then I also add that into Evernote, or sometimes I just leave it on my phone and I come back to it, right? Also really helps with the planning phase. And I'll get into a bit more detail about how I do the planning of my content in a minute, but just so that you know that that's what happens. The other thing that I do is before content creation week, part of content creation week is washing my clothes so that I have a different shirt to wear for every video, all right? I don't think I've seen this in anybody else's videos, but this is what I do because I like to wear clean, freshly washed clothes, so then that way I feel more confident and I feel like I'm prepared, okay? So that goes into like the Saturday or Sunday beforehand, because I'm recording on a Wednesday, it takes a couple of days to drive my clothes inside here, all that sort of stuff. That's some of the things that I do. In terms of clothing, I kind of make sure I have some different colored shirts, or I have a lot of black shirts and I try and mix them up between the colored shirts and then the black shirts, that sort of stuff. I don't always change my hairstyle as much as I should when I'm recording each video, and I don't change my makeup at all. When it comes to makeup though, I wear makeup heavier for being on camera because it really just, the camera washes it out. When I go out into the real world, I feel a bit awkward because I'm wearing a much heavier makeup, even though you're probably looking at me now going, she's not wearing any. I absolutely am. And it's lots, okay? It's tons. And I probably need to get better at doing that part, but that's that. Once we've got that sort of sorted out, my planning, okay? So what I do for planning my content, I spend about 3 hours, sometimes a little bit more, to find a mixture of searchable content and then other content that people are asking questions about in groups and things like that. Searchable because people can be searching in YouTube to find me or over in Google to find me, but also then I like to have other stuff that's stuff I really want to talk about that maybe people aren't thinking to search about, but it covers things. So it's sort of like one for them, one for me kind of thing. Sometimes it's more searchable. Working out what's searchable and all that stuff, that's a whole other video unto itself, and I totally not going to cover that here, but that's what I do. I also look at those content ideas I had, and I look up the keywords and how to title it in YouTube and some of that stuff. And I also look at questions people are asking in groups, that sort of stuff, to help me come up with content ideas. With those ideas, I just do dot points. Okay, I don't write it all out. I don't have the time to memorize. I do dot points and then I run through 2 or 3 times before I hit record. I do a full run through as if the video is recording, and then I do actually hit record after I've done it a couple of times. I do the same thing with my live videos. I practice them out loud. In fact, I was practicing out loud at home once and my husband came home and he was like, huh? So yeah, I do fully practice them out loud. Then recording day, I wake up. I try to make sure on recording day I don't have other meetings or things going on too much because I want to be in recording mode. I want it to be chilled out and easy, and I try and make sure I don't have other client work or deadlines, right? Then that way I get up and I, shower, get dressed, put on the extra makeup, etc. I get all my clothes together and they sit on a door handle here on the wardrobe door, the closet door for my American friends. And then that way I can just get up and quickly change. And I change hairstyles a bit, that sort of thing. And then I sit down and I record the videos. I take a quick photo of me first to help me with thumbnails. And then I just go into the recording after I've done my run-throughs. Sometimes I can spend anywhere 3, maybe 4 hours recording videos. Some of my videos I'm starting to do screen share, so like sharing my screen while I do things. So that adds in a little extra time as well. But yeah, that's recording day, and then it's a matter of uploading everything. I've just got to switch out. This is my normal phone case for everyday use, and then this is the one I use to plug in for recording. So just got to change that. I record on my phone and I'll show some footage about how I set up and everything, but I record on my phone. I have a lot of natural light coming into this space. So here we go. So we have this and the lav mic. Oh, don't need here. Lav mic. Ta-da! While I'm not looking directly at a window like I normally would, I've got window light bouncing off light surfaces here, so that helps light things up a bit. Don't record if you're staring into sunlight and you're like squinty. Don't do that, okay? So that's how I do my recording and my setup. And then, yeah, I upload everything. I write some notes for my video editor and I send it through to her. And then she starts getting them back, and then I just write up the posts. I tend to write up the posts just the week before that set are due. I can't do them all in a big batch. I don't have that kind of time right now. So I'm not doing it in that way, but that's what I'm doing. And then my virtual assistant looks after all of the upload and everything. And in order to train her in that process, I don't know if I said this in this video already. I've done a couple of run-throughs, so maybe I'm wrong. And I've already said it. Hopefully my video editor will catch it if I'm repeating myself. But my virtual assistant, in order to train her on that process, I recorded myself doing it in a video and then sent it through to her, and then she was able to then create a checklist, and she goes through that, and that's how she does the whole upload process and gets all the hashtags and all that kind of stuff. And we put this video here in YouTube, and then we have a couple of extra 1-minute promo videos that go on Facebook and Instagram to help promote the main post. And she creates images to go with my other posts and to remind people about Facebook Lives and stuff like that. So yeah, that is how I batch record my content, you know. But the number one thing is, when you decide how much content you're going to create, you need to create time in your calendar to make sure it happens. And that includes the planning, the execution, and then that upload and publishing side as well. So I hope that that helps you work out how to do your content creation. Let me know if you have other ways of doing things. Definitely write them in the comments, because other people could get inspired. It's not one way suits all with this stuff. You need to work out what suits your personality and then work towards that and work with that. So, all right, I hope that's helped you. Until next time, that's it from me. Bye for now.